Well, good morning. Today is Friday, March 12th. It is time for our weekly Weight Watchers meeting highlights, and today it is about being prepared for a sticky situation. I think we've all been in those situations. But anyway, let's see how I did this week. I think I did pretty good. Remember, last week I had a 4.2 gain. But this week, I lost 3.6 pounds of that. So I still have 0.6 to go to make up for the extra weight that I gained last week. I'm not worried about it. But I have a total loss of 87.2 pounds. So I'm moving along the right way. I think last week was just a little bit of a fluke. I didn't let it get, I let it upset me, I'll be honest. I did let it upset me, but I thought, no, that wasn't right. That just wasn't right. So I really was dedicated to my plan again. The funny thing is I wasn't 100% on it this week, and I lost 87.2. Last week I was 100% on it, and I gained I lost 33.6 not being 100% on it. The week before I was 100% on it, and I gained 4.2. But that just shows you, I really think that I really shouldn't have had that gain last week, and I don't think that the reason I had a loss was because I wasn't 100% on plan. It was just my body catching up. Your body's always a little bit behind. So I'm just trying to have a loss each week. That's my only goal now. I am not setting time limit goals anymore. I'm not setting a certain time limit that I got to get to a certain number. I'm not really letting the scale affect me anymore. I'm just enjoying the trip and just taking it as it comes, and as long as I have a loss, no matter how small each week, I'm going to be happy with that. That's my new goal for 2021, is be happy with your progress. So that's my thought. But this week it's talking about being prepared for any sticky situation. When life throws you a curveball, it can affect your wellness journey. An excellent way to avoid setbacks: have food solutions in place for sticky solutions. My problem last week, I think, was that I had started walking again, and I think that I was holding a lot of sodium, or holding a lot of water weight for my muscles that weren't being used before. Let's face it, they were kind of like in hibernation, so I think they got awoken, and your muscle always requires a little bit more water to keep it safe. And so I really analyzed that last week, and it really helped me out. I do find that I have to answer the phone. Another robocall. You know what? If I didn't get them on my cell phones too, I would just get rid of my landline. But I get them on both of them, and I have the do not call. I have all of that, and I still get them. So anyway, modern technology. But I do think that having a plan, I did have a plan in place this week. I still continued my walking. I didn't let that stop me. And I just took a lot of stress off of myself. So I think I'm avoiding my sticky situations now. Say you start each morning with a cup of joe and yogurt with fresh fruit. These are your go-to foods that work for your daily schedule. Now perhaps someone wants to take you out for breakfast. Instead of winging it at the restaurant, you could decide how many smart points you wish to spend and scan the menu options before you get there. That way you can order with confidence and ease. Use the restaurant finder in the app for ideas. Okay, this was obviously written before COVID. In Michigan, our restaurants are still only at 25% capacity. I think they're going to increase it next week to 50%, or maybe it's already been increased. I don't know. I don't eat at restaurants. I did give up takeout food for Lent, so I'm not even getting carry out at restaurants or anything like that. But I did use the app before when I did go to restaurants. A lot of times you might go to a restaurant that's not listed. It could be your favorite little restaurant that's not a big major chain. You can check the app for something comparable to it. They might not be exactly, but you'd be like within your points. And I tend to always look at the higher point option and go with that, because I think it's always better to overestimate than underestimate. Always, like when you're cutting, they say measure twice, cut once. So the same thing with your apps, I think, is look for the bigger number and just use that, because in the long run it'll just benefit you. If it's not enough points, then your body's going to say, you know what, so what, you said it was 10 points, guess what, it was really 15. So you're going to have some extra weight that you didn't know about. But if you put 15 and it was really only 10, your body's going to say, you know what, I'm going to reward you with a little bit better loss than you thought, because you didn't think you stayed on plan as well as you really did. So you need to do that. The bottom line, it's always helpful to have a plan in place for when the unpredictable tries to veer you off course. There's a lot of things that veer you off course, not only just going out to a restaurant. It's just those sudden urges that you get. You know, like you get like a sweet attack or a salt attack or something like that. Or you just kind of walk by, and I was attacked by Girl Scout cookies the other week. I was minding my own business, paying no attention to those Girl Scout cookies. And then they attacked me, and I ate the whole sleeve of the Girl Scout cookies through no fault of my own. I'd like to believe, but that's not true. Because you have control over what you put in your mouth. Nobody's holding you down. Nobody forced me to eat that whole sleeve of cookies. I could have just had one or two of them. No, I could have, but who only eats one or two Girl Scout cookies? I want to meet that person. And they don't put that many in a box anymore anyhow. I know that's like I'm making excuses. Anyway, try one of these. Do one of the following scenarios sound familiar? Follow the chart to pick and prep your own food. Your sticky situation is you're running out of smart points, or you're hungry in between meals. I have my portion sizes that I'm really working on because my portion sizes are huge. So I'm not really hungry in between meals, so there's really no snacking for me. But so this one doesn't apply. But I do run out of smart points because my portion sizes are too big, so I know that. So find your go-to by building around a low or zero smart points protein. Think of chicken, non-fat Greek yogurt, and add fiber-packed fruits and vegetables. I do eat a lot of fruits. I don't eat enough vegetables. And I love vegetables. I just don't know why I don't eat them. I should prep them a little bit better. I have no problems prepping my fruit, but I seem to run askew when it comes to doing the vegetables. So I got to make a better plan with that. And I do like to have a hard-boiled egg, but there's 0 points, but there's still 72 calories. So if you ate 3 of them, that's 200 calories. Is it really worth it? It's just, you got to remember, 0 points doesn't mean 0 calories. And the pro tip is to buy and prep frozen and pantry staples now so you're ready with options at the moment. I do get a healthy grocery haul once a week. I do have lots of fruits and vegetables. I do tend to eat them, but I should prep them a little better. When I was prepping them before, I did a lot better. And it's not like I don't have the time to do it. I just don't have the inclination to do it. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I just don't have the inclination to do it. There's so many helpful tips how you can get it in. You can have them all ready so that when you open up the fridge, you just grab them because they're already prepped. And yeah, that would be the easy thing. For me, I'm the only one that eats the fruits and vegetables because Jim is my husband. Jim doesn't eat fruits or vegetables. Occasionally he'll have some strawberries, but other than that, he's not really a vegetable eater or fruit eater. And vegetables, forget it. He's not going to eat vegetables. He likes iceberg lettuce, and so I would make salads with just iceberg lettuce, which to me is like eating nothing. It's like bland. And but he would never eat the salads so I thought I'm going back to my field greens and spinach and my red leaf lettuce and mixing them all together. Now he says he doesn't eat it because of that, but he didn't eat it before. So another thing is off track and ready to hit reset. Use the recipe finder on what's in my fridge in the WW app to find a delicious meal with your favorite lower smart point foods. And then set your table like a scene from a restaurant to help add excitement around getting back on track. I do the biggest no-no of all. I eat my food in front of the TV. I have a little snack table. Jim works afternoons, and so I eat my dinners alone anyhow. Jim is get up in the morning, eat your breakfast right away type of guy. I am get up in the morning, wait 3 or 4 hours before you eat. So we don't eat our meals. On the weekends when he's not working, we do eat our meals together where I do sit at the table where we can have a conversation. And I always use regular plates. I don't use paper plates. And I use regular napkins. I have paper napkins just in case, for a quick pickup or something. Like if you're going to have something and you don't want to get a actual cloth napkin. But for my meals, I have a cloth napkin. So I can't think that I'm making it any more special. I do like Advent during Christmas time because we only eat with the Advent candles on and the Christmas lights. So it makes for a better mood. But other than that, no. That's just that. And the last thing they tell you is ordering from a restaurant. Deciding how many smart points you want to spend and scan the menu options before you order. Use the restaurant finder in the WW app for ideas. And if you can't find the exact smart points values for a specific dish, make an educated guess. we all know, you know, you can tell yourself that I'm only going to have like 2 slices of bacon because it's 1 point, but I'm going to put 4 slices of bacon on my plate. You got to add the other 2 points. Makes it 3 points when you add the extra 2 pieces of bacon. But like from a restaurant, like I said, if you kind of know a similar restaurant type, grouping, like if it's an Italian restaurant or a Mexican restaurant or, you know, a Greek restaurant, whatever, Chinese, just kind of like go on the app. A lot of our Chinese restaurants around here are just like little mom and pop in my neighborhood. They're not like a brand. The only thing is a Panda Express. We have a Panda Express, but we have like 2 or 3 like Chinese restaurants that are just like the family owns them, and they're not on the app. But I can look at the, like if I went to, what was that one? Where's the one it's expensive? I can't think of the name of it because I don't go there because it's too expensive. But it's a really famous one. P.F. Chang's. There you go. P.F. Chang's. I don't eat there, but I mean, you can go on that menu and see how much their points are. I think it'll be pretty close, pretty similar. And if you're running out of smart points in between meals, add your go-to building around the 0-point foods. Like I said, remember, just because there's 0 points doesn't mean there's 0 calories. And if you're really off track, which I have been this year, I really have been off track, you just have to just keep on persevering. Just don't give up. I mean, we all hit those little stumbles in the road. We all have that little struggle that we put on some weight, and then you kind of lose your mojo. You kind of lose your groove, and you kind of think, I don't know, you know. But then remember how you felt when you were, before you lost your weight. Remember how you were feeling. And then also remember how you felt when you were losing your weight. And I think that the feelings that you had when you were losing your weight are going to outweigh the fact that you weren't feeling the greatest when you were overweight, not losing your weight. So don't shame yourself if you fall off track. Just don't, because if you shame yourself, then you're just going to think that you're not successful. And as far as I'm concerned, if you take a week or 2, maybe a month or 2 off, as long as you get back on track and realize that, you know, you took a little break, you needed a little respite, as they say, you just needed a little time for yourself just to kind of readjust and think of where you're going, and then get back at it. Stop thinking about where you were before. Carmen had reminded me in an email that I kept dwelling on how far I had been before as far as my weight loss, and just concentrate on, this is how far I am now, and I'm just going to move forward from this point. You can't change the past. All you can do is learn from it. So that's what we need to do. And it said, raise your hand if you find a morning meal is filled with regular routines. If I eat the same thing. I have a hard-boiled egg, I have my berries, I have my banana, sometimes I have a grapefruit, sometimes I have bacon, sometimes I have a bagel. It's pretty much the same. I do try to switch it up, but I'm not very successful at that. I just have my favorites, and so I just, I need to do better. I just do. I should think of switching the meals around a little bit, but, and anyway, the recipe is for a pepperoni pizza bubble up. It looks easy enough to make. You make it in a, what do you call it, a skillet, an iron skillet. And it makes 8 pieces, and it's 7 points on the green and 6 points on the blue and the purple for 1 slice. The pan makes 8 pieces. I'll be honest with you, I'd rather just spend the 10 points and get like my Jets pizza. I just extra 4 points for my pizza per slice, because I know that if I made this, maybe I'd only eat 2 pieces. No, I'd probably eat 3, which would equal out to, what, 18 points. So I'd rather have 2 pieces of the pizza that I really love than this. But I will include the recipe in case you want to try it. If I do ever try it, I will let you know, but I don't see me trying it. I'll be honest with you. So anyway, 3.6 loss. I'm really happy with that. I'm really proud of that fact that I'm back on track once again. It's always like a up and down with me. It's just the way it is. But I pride myself on the fact that I never give up. And as long as I never give up, I'm successful. That's the way I feel. But if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, leave a comment, hit that like button, and share it if you think somebody may like to see it. As always, stay safe, and I will talk to you on my daily vlog. Or I'll see you here next week.